What's going on, everyone? Back with Manny Barragan again. It's been 3 months, man, since we last spoke. How you doing, brother? What's changed since the last time we spoke?
Pretty good, pretty good. What's changed is well, I've gotten painters. I hired two painters. Really good bunch of guys, and that was definitely one of the things, first things you told me to do. And just something on the marketing side, which was the Facebook leads. Well, lots been in my mind, and I think I'm looking to get pointed into the right direction. Really,
Sure, sure. So you got two painters under you.
yeah, yep,
So were you working solo the last time we spoke?
yes, I was.
Okay, cool. Working solo. Got two. How'd you find the two painters?
So honestly, I guess you could say they were acquaintances at one point. Not necessarily friends, but I've met them before. Just ran into them, and they reached out to me. One of them, um, knew that I was doing my thing, and he reached out, and both of them actually quit their job to come on
Very nice.
over, and they both had experience in the past in painting, and so they wanted to keep painting. Really,
Sure, sure.
yeah.
Yeah, so they're good at what they do. Now, what concerns do you have, man? Why'd you come on today? What are some things that are prohibiting you from getting to the next level, or what's something that you want to hit on?
Marketing right now is the biggest thing for me, and maybe wanting to hire one more painter because I'm getting uh, I have this other painter that I've also known for a while that I've been wanting to come on board. And the other thing was admin. I feel like I'm getting burnt out on, the production side of things. And, I want to, be able to know that I'm able to pull the trigger into marketing such. I haven't really done any door knocking. I have a bunch of door hangers just collecting dust. Or maybe thinking about hiring a marketer to do something like that, Um, Facebook, I've been doing the Facebook marketing with the local agency. I think last time we talked about that was you told me that you get what you pay for, and it's true. It hasn't been good, but it hasn't been bad either. I have gotten to work from the Facebook leads, but um, I'm probably going to stop this month just because I don't want to risk that. Especially if I want to bring on more painters or a marketer. I'm just really just curious, what else can I do? As
Yeah,
far as doing
yeah. I
any of
mean,
that.
there's a lot here, man. Like the first thing is how much work do you have on the schedule right now?
Yeah, good question. I have sufficient amount. I think I'm booked out for until July. I have one slot available for July, and I think I have two slots available in August. Yeah.
Okay. Are you using
Yeah.
drip jobs?
Yes.
Okay. So when it comes to your existing sales pipeline, how often do you nurture that pipeline?
Often I try to be on it weekly as far as calling back and following up, right?
What does your
Even
sales
on the old one.
process look like?
My sales process, I guess, like, what do you mean, like, eh,
Yeah.
towards.
Like if I call you for an estimate, walk me through, your process.
Yeah, if someone calls me, yeah, for an estimate, I introduce them. My name is Manny. Thank you so much for reaching out. Right away I put them on speaker, and then I pull out drip jobs, and I talk to them about their project, and then try to get all of their info, and try to schedule an estimate with them.
Yep.
And that's how I try to get the leads at least. But as far as the sales process, I actually I do my measurements. I present myself. I usually try to educate them or ask questions about their project. That's and really just try to get the sale. Either if it's a small project, like, and if I really I'm like, okay, I think I need to get this job, I will try to sell it either there or day of, send the quote out at least. But yeah, it's been going good so far.
Yeah. So you get a good marketing agency, and if you can't convert these leads higher than the average person, it's just going to be a waste. So
Yeah.
when you tell me your sales process, you're kind of you're generic. You're just kind of all over the place, right? And
Hmm.
that's what I'm listening for. is that you don't have a sales process. You don't have a
Hmm.
strategic, like when you go in and paint a house, if I asked you, hey man, tell me your painting process, I guarantee you'd spit that out a lot faster, wouldn't you? You'd be like, well,
Yeah.
the first thing we do is we go in there and we put the tarps down, we do this, and then we caulk all the trim, we fill all the holes, and it needs to
Hmm.
come out. It needs to come out like that. When I ask you
Right.
for your sales process, you don't have a sales process. So
Mm.
we could talk about leads. Anybody can generate you leads. Okay. And when I talked about a local agency who does pet groomers and beauty salons, they don't have the data. They don't have
Yes.
the ads that are working of the 25 other painting companies that are doing leads for. You know what I'm saying? That's when I say you get what you pay for. It's different. Part one of this is okay. Well, we find somebody that does leads for you. First of all, it's you and two other people. To expect yourself to have time to do consistent door knocking or door hangers, would you agree that that's a stretch? Like it's just not going to happen.
Super. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
And
It's
that's what
just not.
I'm.
It's not going to
Yeah.
happen. Like there's no way, right? So that's out. Second thing is you're not going to learn Facebook because it's always changing and you're not going to be good at it. You're just going to burn your money.
Yep.
So to answer your question, should you hire someone? Yes, you got to understand that it's like going to a casino and getting pretty much an a guaranteed win every time. Like you got to think if you spend $3,000 on Facebook ads with someone that knows what the heck they're doing, you're going to get
Hmm.
30 or 40 leads.
Right.
Like you're gonna average $80 to $90 a lead with someone that's like okay, and if you have decent ads, which they'll coach you through, right? So it's not a matter of like are the leads going to come in. You need to find someone who knows what they're doing. Are you getting 30 to 40 leads right now a month? Probably not.
Not. No. This June has actually been the worst month,
Right.
but I've been getting lucky, you could say. So
Well, I
I
think the
mean,
urgency here is that you have two people that you want to keep busy and
right.
you want to make sure that they're working because they're actually producing income for you. And if they don't have
Right.
work to produce, then you're out. So this isn't a matter of like, should you? This is like yesterday. This is
Right.
like, you need to do this. This is somewhat, you need to get a Facebook marketer. You need to take whatever money you got and give it to somebody that can make it multiply. So that's why I'm talking about sales because that's a given. The sales
Hmm.
process is going to make the difference. Because I know
Yes.
for a fact if me and you got the same leads, I'm going to run circles around you because I have a detailed strategic sales and follow up process. You
Hmm.
might run circles around me with your painting process, but I'm going to run circles around you with my sales process because
Yeah.
mine, I have a direction to go in. So let's look at
Definitely.
that because brother, if you can sell more jobs, your marketing cost is obviously going to be more effective, right? So let's figure that out
Hmm.
first. So sales process wise, you walk into the door. What do you do?
I I greet myself. Hello, my name is Manny. Thank you so much for having me out. And I usually say, so this is it, huh? And they go, yes. We jump right into it, and um, you know, I guess certain situation like yesterday or the other day, so right off the jump they got to talking. I listen, and they said they got the floors replaced,
Okay.
and then the biggest concern was the trim. And so I'm like, okay, awesome. Yes, we actually just finished, got done doing a project last week, similar to yours, same situation.
Okay.
Yes, we will take care of the prep, and I dial in on the hole filling and the caulking and all that good
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
And then it gets into more details. And, there's chatter about, their story pretty much on the house, and I listen. And after that, I do, all of that happens. I go around and take my measurements, and that's about it.
Okay. And then did you sell that job?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I,
So
I was following up on them. So this was like a couple of days ago. And so I said I was going to, work on it tonight, send it in the morning. And I did. I worked on it for a while,
good.
and then just going back and forth,
I've been
on
in business long
details.
enough though, Manny, to know that we can't rely on that because once you start growing your team, you need to
Hmm.
have more control over your sales. That's the key
Yeah.
here. Anybody can sell 4 jobs a month. That's all
Hmm.
you need. You and I
Yeah.
both know that, dude. That's nothing. I mean, I'm up to 30 jobs a month now, and you need to be able to
Yep.
put your finger on something and say, I have to control this. When I walk up to a house, my conversation in myself is I'm closing this today.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the thought, brother.
And
I mean,
I have done that. I usually do that when I have time. I
well,
have closed jobs on the spot.
where's the time going?
Um, honestly, to be fair, I did just come back from vacation. And well, camping, I guess you could say, and came back late on Monday and just
Sure.
followed up on Monday morning. Had two
Yeah.
not Monday morning, Monday evening, two estimates, and one of them, which was
Are you
that
doing
one.
any painting?
I am. I am here on the job.
Why?
This one is because it is out of town, and I brought my guys out here. So, um, we're busy for 2 weeks for sure.
Okay.
No, 3 weeks after this job. And so I'll be back into town and be able to. And I was thinking of potentially leaving them alone once I do get back into town.
Okay.
But usually just for out of town jobs, yeah, I'll probably bring them out here all in one vehicle.
Gotcha.
But
Do they drive or no?
they do drive when we're in town. Yeah, they come to the job site.
So why can't they drive out of town?
I just figured it's easier for everyone. I mean,
Not
one,
easier for you. Your time is
yeah,
wasted there. You're
yeah,
not. How's that easy? Pay them some gas money and be done with it.
you're right. You're right. That could be one. That is another option for sure. Yeah.
The way you need to look at it is money buys you time. You have to move your money. You have to be
Hmm.
willing to just like move the money. Use money to free yourself. So you could
Right.
give money to that individual. Here's $100 for the week for gas. Go drive out there and go do your job.
Hmm.
Why do people complain about driving? Because of the gas. So pay for the gas,
Hmm.
right? And then
Yep.
what you could be doing today is being in the office, planning out your schedule, making follow-up calls, and actually taking time on estimates and probably selling more jobs.
Yeah.
How
Yep.
you
That's true.
manage your time is very important when it comes to sales, dude. Because if you're flying through the estimates, saying, "All right, I'll get back to you tomorrow," or you don't get to it, and then you're 3 days later sending an estimate through email, dude, they couldn't pick you out in a lineup
Hmm.
after that point in time. They would not even recognize you if you were in a lineup of 5 people after 3 days,
Yep.
and you're
Yep.
thinking that they're gonna pay you 10 grand. That's how it works, bro.
Hmm. Definitely. Definitely.
There's some
Yeah.
changes, man, that you should make, and I think the first thing is you have two people that you say are really good. Do they speak English?
Yeah. Yeah.
They speak
Yeah.
English.
They're young. They're a
So
couple of young guys. I could say, but
okay.
um, really motivated.
So what's their skill set level on a scale of 1 to 10?
For one of them, say Chris, he definitely from 1 to 10, his skill set level is at a solid 7 for sure.
Okay.
Um,
And what about the other kid?
Marco, he's at a 5. You could say,
All
yeah,
right. So you
5.
don't have a good painter on your team.
I don't.
Okay.
Like I
So that's why
mentioned
you're
before,
there.
yes,
Because,
definitely, yeah.
okay. So here's the other problem. The other problem is that when you went out to find people, you got lucky. So you said that you took my advice, but they just came to you and you just took advantage of it. Bro, you have to control the outcomes in your business.
Hmm.
You've got to make sure that whatever happens in your business, you can repeat it, right? So, for example, like if I said, "Hey, go grab 2 more people the same way you got those 2 people," you wouldn't be able to do that, right?
No, no.
Unless the world works in your favor, which it could. But then again, you're in just a vulnerable position as you were when we spoke last because you have no inputs happening into the hiring aspect of your business. You don't know how to
Hmm.
hire people. You have no
No,
clue.
no.
Okay. And that's something
Hmm.
I want to help you with because if you have the production, Manny, like if you own the best production, like if you own production that contains individuals that know what to do, how to do it, know how to talk to customers, know how to resolve problems, right?
Yep.
And look out for your best interests as a business owner in a sense that they're getting jobs done on time, they stay late when they need to, they protect the brand. That
Hmm.
is the dream. You don't have anywhere near that right now.
Yeah.
So
And
so
honestly, I feel like
yeah,
I do with one of them because so this one, Chris, this painter Chris, he says he's getting his license and all that stuff, but he's in a pickle himself, and he's gonna have a baby, and so he needs to, get on, file, paperwork through, taxes and all that good stuff. W-2s. He needs to get on W-2s,
How
and
much does he owe to get his license?
he says he's already processed it, and he's just needing to pay the IRS or something like that. But
How much does he owe?
I am not entirely sure. Yeah.
That's something that you should be interested about, because what if it
Mm-hmm.
was $500?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be an opportunity for you to step up in a huge way for somebody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
definitely.
something you should inquire about. Hey, man, just curious. What do you owe?
Mm-hmm.
Right? These are ways that you can invest in people. And I'm not saying the people that you have aren't good people. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying right now you don't have a painter and you own a
Yeah.
painting business. So that means that Manny has to carry the load.
Mm-hmm.
You're teaching people how to caulk.
Yeah.
And you're selling a gold standard product.
Yeah.
That means you're going to be caulking when you need to be selling.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely get it.
So Manny, here's the deal. This is what's going to happen. I'll just be honest with you. You hire a marketing agency. He's going to flood you with leads. You're going to be too busy to treat those leads with the respect, love, and tender care that they deserve. Have you ever heard the term nurturing leads? It's like nurturing a baby, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, dude, you need to wake up with that thing. You
Mm-hmm.
need to rock it to sleep.
Yep. In the back of the mind always. Yep.
Aren't you a dad?
I am. Yeah.
So then once you do nurture the lead, you're not going to give them the time and energy that they need to feel confident in you, because I don't know about you, but 30 minutes isn't a long enough time for me to know someone enough to give them 5 to 10 grand. It's not, dude. Yeah. Maybe an hour helps. But still, like I need to be able to talk to you about my project. I want to know you're the guy. I want to hear the story. I want to know confidently that you're going to deliver, and I don't want to feel rushed.
Yeah.
You're rushing back to the job.
Yeah.
And they can see it. I'm going to say something, not to be disrespectful, but you're probably showing up with paint on your clothes.
I am. And I definitely am.
I'm not doing that to be disrespectful. I have to help you see this.
Yeah.
Because that's not a bad thing, but it ain't a good thing.
No, I completely get you. Yeah.
But there's what's stopping you from carrying a change of clothes in the car, though? You know, the polo, the jeans, little cologne. Okay. This stuff matters, because I want you to understand that in a service-based business, the product is rendered very far after the sale. Okay. So that means that you have leverage. That leverage is called perception.
Yeah.
Very important for you to understand this. So if you and I, if we worked at a car dealership together and we had a customer come up and we were doing a test drive with them, me and you were in the back, we're tag teaming a customer. Okay. That customer knows exactly what they're buying because they're driving the dang car. There's nothing more, nothing less, right? It's the car they're buying. In our business, painting business, they're buying you. So in other words, if you're showing up sweaty with paint all over your clothes in the van, you know, pulling up, you know, skirting up, you know, things leaking, you know, you're wanting 10 grand. I mean, I got a guy that just came in with a portfolio. He's got a polo. The car's wrapped.
Yeah.
He wants 10 grand. Where's my money going?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I completely get it.
Perception.
It works. It works.
It works. So at the very least, do what you can now. Carry the change of clothes. Get the hat branded, right? Get your branded gear, okay? Yep. Come in with the perception that you're worth paying more. It helps. I'm sorry, it's just the way the business is, okay?
Yeah.
But we don't want you to be at a deficit because you're coming in painter's clothes. The next thing is, okay, is that you need a painter, bro. You need someone with experience.
Yeah.
You're not.
And what if? Sorry to cut you off, but what if like this painter that also he's wanting to come on board because he's not liking the work environment that he's currently in. He is a painter, and I've talked to him before about having him come on board, but he told me he wouldn't want to be a job site lead. He knows how to paint. He knows how to run a project, but he just wouldn't want
He
to.
doesn't need to be. I'll
Yeah.
tell you, the first 2 years of my business, my best painter was not our lead.
Mm.
The lead was the person that communicated most effectively to me and to the customer.
Oh, okay. That's that.
And
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I'm like putting the dots together with that
you have
with
to look
this
at
guy.
people's strengths, man. You have to
Yes.
say, like,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
this guy's not a people person, but he can caulk and paint like
Yeah.
Picasso.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force him to be something he's not. I'm just going to
Okay.
position him where he's most effective. He doesn't like to talk to people and he does his job, but I
Mm-hmm.
can give him the hard stuff and I know it'll be done right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But you need someone to replace Manny. And until you do that, you will never see success. You can't even see what I see right now because you're
Mm-hmm.
so entrenched in it. Your life feels like a job that you have to go to. And it's like
Yeah.
trudging and trudging and trudging. The reason you're on this call is because you know deep in your heart that there's another side to this thing, and it's freedom, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Financial freedom, life freedom, abundance. It's beautiful.
Right.
It's the American dream, bro. Okay.
Amen.
You don't
Yeah.
get there until you start taking massive risk. There's not there. You don't. That's the trade. The trade is uncertainty, fear, risk, freaking loss. Okay. Risk, 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 risk. Oh, reward. It ain't gonna happen. You're not taking nowhere near as much risk. You're not risking anything. You're playing too small. You're playing safe. You have a guy that wants to paint and he knows how to paint, and you haven't brought him on your team because you're looking at the cost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
Okay. But because you're not quantifying your cost, that it costs Manny to be on the job. Manny, to be honest with you, you're a $25 an hour, $30 an hour painter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, to be honest with you, you're more valuable as a salesperson because you're generating future income as a salesperson. As a painter, you're fulfilling the promises of previous generated income.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing positive there. But as a salesperson, you're actively generating new business, new cash flow.
Yeah.
A painter, all they do is fulfill the promises of old cash flow. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So you need to get out of there as quickly as possible, or you're not going to, you're not going to move forward, So let me ask you this. I mean, I really want to know, like, you have this guy, but there's no hiring process. So in other words, there's no vetting out. He might be a good guy. He might be able to paint, but like, there needs to be a process in place to make sure that he is who he says he is. And he didn't just get to walk into your business. There needs to be a process, Manny. There needs to be an application, right?
Yeah.
There needs to be a phone interview, an official phone interview. Like, hey, man, all right, so tell me about your skills. Tell me about your last job. What responsibilities did you have? Did you show up on time every day? How many days did you miss?
Yeah.
And an in-person interview to set expectations about what you're looking for, right? Then a working interview.
Mm-hmm.
Were you planning on doing all that stuff before we spoke today if you were to hire this guy?
Definitely the work interview, but not the other stuff.
Why is the other stuff important? I want to hear it from you, man.
It shows, professionalism, and it shows that we are legit, and that I'm legit, and that we are doing things by the book
Right.
and
So
professionally.
let me put that in a nutshell. It creates perception.
Perception.
Okay. There's that word again, Manny. So in the same breath, do you think a customer would just call you and say, hey, why don't you just show up and start painting and we'll give you a shot? No, that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's the same thing. It's like you need to be a master of perception and creating the perception that you're worth paying more in the eyes of the people that do business with you or work for you.
Yeah, you're right.
And the difference between people that create perception and fulfill that perception and the people that create the perception and fall short of that perception, well, those are manipulators. You're not a manipulator. Okay?
Yeah. Exactly.
There's manipulators and then there's leaders. The leaders create the perception that they're worth paying more and they deliver on their promises. Manipulators create the perception, get someone excited, and then they fall short on their promises.
Mm-hmm.
So your pursuit after creating the perception is to never be labeled a manipulator and do everything you can to build your team in a way that fulfills the promises.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the biggest thing for me is the team. I want to create an amazing culture where, these guys are able to, express themselves and grow within themselves and within, the company too. Because, I want people to stick around. I want painters to stick around for a long time. And so I'm going to do my best to, keep them busy at all times. And that's really, I know what it comes down to. And then, yeah, that's definitely what I have to do is, get out of here and just, keep hunting, right?
When
Yeah.
was the last time you went all in, bro? I just want to know. If you look back in the last year, what was your all in move that you did in the last year?
When I bought the Facebook marketing and Yelp at the same time, I signed up for those two services at the same
And how
time.
much was that?
I want $1,600. Yeah.
Okay. What's your average job size?
I want to say 4,000. Yeah.
So would you really consider that an all in move?
I mean, at the time, I guess, yeah, it definitely was. I mean, I just started this year, so yeah. yeah, I guess you could say.
Okay. Now, in retrospect, do you look at it as an all in move going forward? Like, do you really feel like that, like now that's an all in move?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
So you need to change what you consider risk. Right?
Yeah.
Like that has to adjust because I think my all in move when I first started was when I quit my job.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was an all in move to me at the time. Right? Like, bro,
Yeah.
like that was everything. I had a good job, salary, health insurance, benefits, making decent money at 22, I think. Right? That was all in for me. And that was one of the hardest decisions I had to make. When I look back on that now, it's like a blip. I'm like, dude, like you look what God had for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that sort of mentality, right?
Yeah.
So as time goes on, man, you have to change what all in looks like. And I think now's the time for you to do that. I'm going to give you an idea of what your all in should be, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not at all.
All in should be you should hire the next guy. Okay, the painter. Okay.
Yeah.
You got someone there? If you got to go, man, it's okay.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
You good? Okay.
Yeah.
So all in number 1 needs to be hire the painter. Number 2, it needs to be develop a hiring process. Okay. I just launched the hiring course like 2 weeks ago. It has everything you need. I actually just did a webinar training on everything. You need to take it, dude. It'll give you everything you need to get started. But you need a hiring process because this isn't going to be the only guy you hire. You're not going to get lucky where these people just call you for work. There's a reason they're calling you. Sorry to say, man. Either it didn't work out on their part, and you'll never know that until it's too late. And you don't want to be on the receiving end. So hire the guy or hire one guy that knows how to paint. You're going to spend $3,000 on a Facebook marketing agency a month. And you need to be okay with that. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Does that number scare you? Because your average job size is $4,000. So even if you get one job, Manny, you're in good shape, buddy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Right. And number 3, okay, here's the all-in move. We're going to hire someone. Then we're going to hire a Facebook marketing agency. I'm going to give you a recommendation. And then number 3 is you can't be on the job anymore, brother. You can't paint. You need to go buy some polos. And if you want to be on the job, you're just there to manage and teach. You're not helping your team, dude. Like you think you are, but it's just you're enabling them. It's like you got to let them fly. You know, you do need someone that's better at painting, and that's what the third guy's going to do. But brother, you need to be spending time with people in their homes, selling.
Yeah, you're right.
It matters. It matters. All right, man. Did we hit it all today? Did you have anything else you wanted to touch on?
We definitely hit it. Because it's just funny how everything is kind of playing out. Usually, that's it. Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool. You want me to send you those resources?
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. Especially the training course or the.
Yeah, I will. I just launched it, man. It's awesome. It's got everything you need. And I think the smart play would be set up the hiring funnel. That's what I teach you to do. And then take your guy through it. And then use the metrics within it to decide if he's a good fit or not. Okay? I think that'll help. All right, brother. Take care.